Good morning, babies. How y'all doing? It's been a great night, y'all guys. I had a little sleep last night, but I've been so into the word, you guys. When I say the word is feeding my soul, because I'm looking at the word with new eyes, and I want to show you guys how to look at the word with new eyes. Like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content that I'm giving you. If you don't like it, you can kindly just move on to the next website. But this is serious, y'all. This is so serious. The big question that's been in my heart is, how do we get out of hell? If this is hell, which it is, you cannot deny it from what we have discovered this week through the Emerald Tablets, the secret teachings. Y'all, now I'm reading the book of wisdom. What is it called? Sophia, the book on Sophia. Wisdom is called Sophia because all these teachings go together. It's like some supernatural being came down here, placed itself in certain humans. These humans were channeling and writing down the information. They've all long gone and passed on, but if you read their writings, they all go together. It's like one will refer you to another. Another will refer you to another. Like, you would think they were all hanging around each other and they were born in the same time periods, but they aren't. So when you get into that realm where everybody is trying to be where I am now, you get to still hear the things that they're preaching. You still get to hear the things that they're teaching. You get to hear what was so passionate about their message. You'll get to understand why they were so passionate, why they went so hard, because you are denying your flesh. And that's what I want to talk about today. Denying your flesh. So on this channel, in order for you to get where I am, because this is advanced teaching. And if you just like to jump in there and get in there, which it may not be a good thing if you haven't started working on yourself, but for the advanced people and for those daredevils that like to just jump in, on this channel, we imagine that we come out of our skin. We take our bodysuits and we put them in a healing center. We give our bodysuits to God. We put it in a place of healing, a place of rest, a place of restoration, a place of renewal, a place where this body can really be loved on by the divine, right? We've done enough damage to our bodies and we really don't know how to act inside these things. So we've been in the way of our bodies' work. We have not given our bodies enough credit. We have not let the bodies do what they were designed to do, which is to take care of you. You know, you really don't have to take care of your body. Your body was designed to take care of you, but everything is wrong when you don't think right, right? Because the body responds to you. Even though it's able to do whatever it's able to do, you can get in there and mess up the program. You can get in there and confuse the system. So we're going to put the bodysuits in the healing center and we're going to let God deal with all of our woes, all of our aches, all of our pains, all of our sufferings, all of the things that give us a dis-ease, which turns into a disease. So we're going to ask God to handle all of our dis-eases while we take the time to get to know our spiritual side, which is that side of God, which is God. So you can't be flesh all the time. You must exercise your imagination. You must exercise your spiritual side, which is your imagination. Okay, this is what we're going to talk about today. why it's so important to climb out of here. Okay. We discovered this week, last week, that bondage was kicked out of heaven. Bondage is words, words that hold you down, words that choke you. Remember, the bodysuit is up there. You're spirit walking, so you're dealing with spiritual matters. You're dealing with spiritual senses. You can't blend the two. This is no longer you. This is being healed. This body is being taken care of. Okay, your diabetes, your high blood pressure, your cancers, wherever this is, mental issues, bad memories, bad experiences, bad words people done threw at you, all that stuff is on this, right? So we getting out of that because that thing heavy. Remember, it's in the healing center. So you focus on being breath. What would a breath do? You can't say the breath isn't real because you're using it. You can't say the breath isn't real because it's what's giving this an identity. Like, this wouldn't have an identity if it wasn't for the breath coming out of the body. This breath is helping you get to know this. Without this, there will be no this. Okay? But without this, this will always be. And y'all, I use my pen. I don't know if it's getting on some of y'all nerve, but I use my pen to make a point, because in the spirit realm, everything is allowed. So y'all look at this pen as a teacher. We're going to call this pen Miss Strawberry. Okay, Miss Strawberry is teaching us our anatomy, our true anatomy. And I'm using Miss Strawberry as a pointer to get my points across, to get my message across. So if this is irritating you, I apologize. But I need this right now to help me to explain some things so you can see the direction in which I'm trying to get your imagination to go. So the body, the skin is in the healing center, okay? We got nothing to do with what's going on in the healing center. Just trust, when you get back and you get in your body, it's going to be better than it was when you got out of it. Meaning something supernatural is happening to your body while you are spirit walking. Meaning it's mending, it's restoring. Crooked things are made straight. Everything off balance is now becoming balanced. Like, you don't worry about this body. You trust that God got this body being loved on, because it has never been loved on. It's being loved on right now like never before. So this spirit, we're taking care of spiritual matters. In the spirit realm, nothing is dead. So this ink pen even has the spirit of God in it. This ink pen even has the essence of God on it. This ink pen is alive. Okay, we're going to call this Miss Strawberry. Miss Strawberry is alive. In the spirit realm, nothing is dead. Not a flower, not a tree, not a grain of sand, not a rock, not a potato chip bag, not a Coca-Cola can, not a candy wrapper. Everything you lay your eyes on that you may not think is breathable or thinkable is, okay? Everything is controlled by some type of elemental spirit. By the logos, by your intent, by your energy. Nothing is sitting still. It just look like it because it's moving so fast. Okay, now we're going to handle spiritual matters, right? We over here while the bodysuit is over here. Now, bondage was kicked out of heaven. Bondage is alive. Bondage are words. And we're going to call words the logos. The logos, okay? Everybody knows that logos mean words. We have speech. Therefore, we have words. we have thoughts. Therefore, we have words. We have feelings. Therefore, we have words. We have created things from our thoughts and from our feelings with our hands. Therefore, we have blessed the thing that we have made. It is alive. Somebody made this ink pen. Everything about this ink pen is alive. The cap, the plastic, the painting on here, the strawberry symbols on here, the ink inside of here. This is a whole mighty being. Do y'all know how much done went down at the power of a pen? You really know how powerful a pen is in a hand? A pen in a hand can be a dangerous thing. A pen in a hand can be a blessed thing. So we're going to handle spiritual business. Bondage. I keep saying bondage was kicked out of heaven. Get the devil and all the little human characteristics you can put to bondage. We're going to come out of the flesh and we're going to see it for what it was. Bondage are words. Bondage is things like fear, the word fear, the word jealousy, the word shame, the word hate, the word doubt, the word unbelief, the word sickness, the word poverty, the word death, the word not enough, the word lack, the word confusion, the word liar, the word disgusting, the word disgraced, the word dismantle, the word separate, the word racism, the word hatred, the word lust, the word gluttony, the word unwanted. Anything that you can think of, that you can say was kicked out of heaven. That is like a third of the heaven. Your body is like a third of bad, a third of awful, a third of negativity. You're not all the way bad. You're not all the way dark. You're not all the way gone. Like you have the power. Like you are the light. So when bondage was kicked out, they mated with the females and entered the females thinking that they can take a part of the blessings that we had, but they cannot lest we allow. Meaning, since they got their crazy self in us and trapped ourselves in there, they made themselves our slaves. See, they wasn't too bright. They were trying to outsmart God, but what they did was they trapped themselves inside of us, which gave us authority over them. They're not going to tell you which are the bondage inside of you. Its job is to keep you locked down. Its job is to keep you in doubt, to keep you in unbelief. Do you know they've been after you since the day you was born? They be after you every day. They will use your environment. They will use the people you love. They will use your job. They will use your children. They will use your spouse. They will use whatever you deem special, whatever you deem worthy, whatever you deem close. They know how to manipulate it. If that ain't on his A game, they know how to manipulate it and use it to come at you. These words of bondage are so powerful. Remember, they are lights, but they are the lesser light. They still come from heaven. They still come from heaven, but they were made wrong. They were made wrong by wisdom because she created without her counterpart. She began to have self-willed thoughts. So when she began to think on her own, she created dysfunction. She created a disformed being. She didn't create something that looked like everybody else. It looked different, and she was ashamed, and she hid it. And this thing stayed over in the eternity for eons and eons, thinking it was the only God, only to find out that it had been abandoned by its mother, and that it was a part of a greater whole, and that it was not the whole itself. And that was a lot for that being to take on. So this is what we call the devil. This is what we call bondage. And the only reason these words are bondage words because they have no light in them. They are just what they are. Like jealousy cannot be love, right? Jealousy cannot be caring. Jealousy cannot be unity. You see what I'm saying? So the bondage was in a realm all by itself, but when she had to let everyone know what she did, they tried to combine the two and get the two to agree. So they couldn't agree in heaven, so God kicked them out. And guess what? The job is on you. They couldn't agree right in heaven. They wouldn't bow down in heaven. They wouldn't agree with what the rules were in heaven, which was to serve us, to make sure that we are good, to take care of us, because God was so proud of making us. He loved us. He still do. God loved the mess out of us. So he put all of heaven in the charge of us. Like, y'all better not harm them. Y'all better not touch them. Y'all better make sure they get what they ask for. We really spoiled. We some spoiled brats. That these beings have to serve us, but the bondage wasn't with it. So off the real, we are bondage enemy. Bondage is an enemy to us. Bondage isn't gonna tell you how to get out. So bondage was thrown down here. So bondage is running around here keeping you held down. Bondage is around here making you put everybody before you. Bondage is making you sit in the background while you do all the work and make everybody else prosper and you don't prosper. Bondage is keeping you in a relationship with somebody that's treating you like the ground that they walk on, the ground that they spit on, the ground they will piss on and shit on. People are treating you bad, and you're afraid to leave them because you think something bad is going to happen to them, as if they can't live without you. So somehow you're tricked into making yourself their savior, their protector, their guidance, their guide. You see how twisted that is? And in return, you get snuffed out of your future. You get snuffed out of your destiny. You get snuffed out of your blessings. You miss your appointments for the things that you've been asking for because you're so focused on a person that doesn't deserve you, that doesn't like you, that doesn't respect you, but hold on to you for whatever selfish reason that they have. They keep you to themselves and they use you for themselves. You are their pawn. You are their muse. You are the energy they need when they get their vampirism on. Like, you go willingly. Like, you'll know these people are doing these things. Hell, you will talk about it when you talk about it to somebody else, but still you'll go willingly. So you're not even blind when you do this. So what you're doing is allowing this dark to uphold your wisdom. You have wisdom in a bind. You have wisdom with feathers on her. You have wisdom in chains while dark is going around running the show. And that cannot be. So self-will is the thing that is our enemy. Self-will is the thing that we got to fight. So in order to fight these bondage words, you need logos with power. You need logos with authority that make you feel like you got authority. You need to deal with these beings on the inside. You need to deal with it inwardly. Meaning, When you setting down your commandments and you setting down your decrees and your demands, don't say it out loud. Say it inwardly, because inwardly you could feel the feelings. Inwardly, you can feel the muster of the emotions, and you're not letting them out because you're making this dark deal with your light. Like you saying, no, you're not escaping. You're not going nowhere. See, when you put your words in the air, your words can go anywhere. But when you keep your words inside inwardly, no man knows you're doing this, so no one can interrupt the operation. Operation is a sneak attack. See, you don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. So you keep your mouth closed and you go in on that dark. You go in on that memory that keep reminding you that you was molested. You keep going in on that memory that got you thinking that you so messed up. You such a damaged good. You so damaged. It ain't no fixing you. Nobody wants you. Oh God, you're just the awfulest thing that walked the earth. You're just the ugliest creation God ever made. You're just the most dysfunctional being God ever created. Ain't no right in you. You'll never amount to anything. You just as worthless as they come. It's like a rock got more sense than you. A rock got more worth, more value than you. You ain't nothing. That's when you close your mouth and you be in there saying, I don't know who you think you is, but I'm somebody. I'm love. I'm the child of light. I got power over you. How dare you try to say these ugly words to me to try to trick me out of my power? When you need power for me to shine, when you need power for me to exist, you don't even exist. You're dark. Nobody can't even see you if I don't allow you to be seen. You see how you can close your mouth and go in and you think you're going to steal me of my destiny? You think you're going to rob me? You think you could take my self-esteem? You are the one with low self-esteem. You are the one that got to keep popping up, reminding me of the ugly. You can't remind me of nothing good because you know you don't exist. And all I got to do is keep thinking positive thoughts. It's so many good things that done happened to me since that event. It's so many wonderful things that happened to me since that event. It's so many beautiful things that done happened to me since that event. Why would I give that power? That person is dead. That person is locked up. That person doing worse than me. Why would I give that any of my time? See, you thinking like this, but you keeping your mouth closed. This is using wisdom, because y'all know who we got to save, who we're supposed to rescue, who is in trouble, y'all. Well, the very person or the very being or the very entity that started this mess in the beginning. Wisdom. Y'all, our wisdom is trapped in chaos. Our wisdom is thrown down here with bondage. Our wisdom is being held hostage. So you gotta go down to the pits of hell and you got to save wisdom. Because wisdom is crying out to be redeemed. Wisdom is crying out for making a self-willed choice. Y'all, self-will done got all of us in a whole lot of trouble. But wisdom wanted to be redeemed. Wisdom wants to be redeemed. This is why this is what you pray for. You pray for wisdom. So when you praying for your wisdom, you counteracting the evil words with powerful words, with light words, evil thoughts with powerful thoughts, with light thoughts, evil memories with positive memories, with light memories. You let these things know you ain't the boss in here. You been hanging around long enough. That because I didn't get the connection. But now that I got the connection, you gonna either bow down to me, you're going to confess to me, and you're going to convert. You're going to be redeemed. That is the only way you will matter, or else I strip you of all of your matter. You don't matter. How about that? You don't even have gravity. You don't even have a body. You don't even have an identity if I don't give you one. See the power God bestowed upon us. He gave us dominion over these things. This is what it means to have dominion and power. So that bad thought that keep popping up, notice it's only gonna pop up when you're doing good. It's only gonna pop up when things are working out. It's only going to pop up when your mind is clear and you are happy and you're in a good place. Other than that, it's not gonna pop up because you're doing the thing that it wants you to do. So that is a clue to know when these things actually pop up, because things are sent, things come, things pop up. They just aren't there. They just aren't. And you are the captain at the door. You're the guard at the door. You are the guard. You are the security. You are the master. You are the gatekeeper. You decide whether to open the gate or not. But guess what? You got the master key. You can go down in their territory and you can open their gates and you can shatter their kingdom and you can wreck their kingdom and you can snatch the light from their kingdom and you could take it. And guess what? They will become your slaves, your citizens, your people, your energies, your invisible beings working on your behalf. So you got a job to do. Your job is to rescue wisdom. Your job is to get your wisdom upon a mountain, because man is a flame bound to a mountain, meaning your true countenance is fire. You are an ever burning fire. So when you don't straighten up your light parts, that is the part that goes to the devourer, and you provide the heat for your devourer. So your job is to get all of your beings, all of your spirits into one light, because in one hand you have 3 spirits in each finger, 2 in your thumb, 3 in your fingers. This is the mystery of the 420 rule. If y'all go into your Pistis Sophia book about wisdom, she's teaching you about the 420 rule. It's okay. It's okay. I'm almost done anyway. I'm just telling people how to get out of hell, because we all trapped down here. So your job is to rescue wisdom. Wisdom is in need of us. Wisdom is in trouble. Wisdom is in peril. Wisdom is being tormented by the tyrants. All kind of stuff is happening to your wisdom. And you could think about when you have something on your mind that you want to do and you know that it's good for you, and those thoughts come up and tell you that wouldn't be a good idea. Like you start talking yourself out of everything. You just held your wisdom hostage. You just stopped your wisdom from blooming. You just stopped your wisdom from growing. But we need our wisdom to get out of hell. So when you're working on yourself through your path, you're picking up stones. You're creating stones, and these are called philosopher's stones. So in reality, in the spirit realm, as you're collecting these rocks, you're building a mountain, and you're helping wisdom crawl up to the height, to crawl up to the light where she can be rescued upon the mountain. You're building a mountain for wisdom to stand on, to rule the dark areas. See, right now, wisdom is trying to be redeemed. Wisdom is trying to be forgiven, because she creates it out of self-willed thought. And we all have self-willed thought, and our self-willed thought has been an enemy. It has led us down the wrong path of many a times. So you don't need the self-willed thoughts. You need the willed thoughts, the willed thoughts that are the will of God, the will of your creator, the will of the makeup inside of you, the will of the greatness that was instilled in you. The darkness is the blind to make you think that that will isn't good for you, that will is bad for you, that their will is better for you, but their will for you has been keeping you in bondage, keeping you in peril, keeping you suffering, keeping you in pain. So the return from that will is not good. So you need to follow God's will for your life, because there is a plan, there is a blueprint, and you have to be spiritual. You have to be spirit. That's why we got our suits in the healing center, because in the spirit is the only way you can communicate with God. You cannot communicate with the flesh. You can't get to him. You can't get around him. You can't get what he got for you. You can't know what he know. You can't see what he see. You can't think what he think. You can't feel how he feel with this flesh on, because it will be a war. You feeling one thing and the other thing telling you you didn't feel it. So you wouldn't even understand the experiences you have if you do not detach, if you do not separate. So this is the importance of putting the bodysuit in the healing center and just be spirit. Just listen to me spiritually. Just try to follow me spiritually. Imagine you have no hands. You have no arms. You have no legs. You have no eyes. You are all thought. You are all imagination. You are all breath. You are what the space is. You are what the elements are. It's hard to grasp if you get back into the skin. So in order to grasp what I'm saying, you have to be spirit. So our job is to rescue wisdom, because wisdom has been tormented enough, and wisdom is what works for us. Wisdom works for us. It says, let your wisdom speak, so you'll be justified in thy goodness. Let your wisdom speak, so you will be justified in thy goodness. Who's gonna speak for you? You? No, you need wisdom to speak for you, because while you're trying to rescue her, she's going to see everything that you're going through to make sure that she gets out. She's going to notice you in the pit with her. She's going to notice the fighting that you're putting up for her. She's going to notice. So when she's rescued and she's taken to the height of the mountain and she's being met by God, guess who she's going to talk about? You. You. So we're going to rescue wisdom so we can get out of hell. We're going to stop arresting our wisdom, taking what we think is best for us and putting it in a box and doing what somebody else think is best for us. Afraid to step out on our own, to just try your own thought and your own idea. You don't have to ask anybody what they think of it. Like, you don't need another person to bless what you got going on, because it's not going to be full of grace. It's not going to be full of the power. You're just going to have what they think on it. You're just going to have something. So you want to do more than have something. You want what you have to be alive. You want what you have to be able to sustain itself. You want what you have to be able to go to God just like you can go to God. You want what you have to look out for you and to protect you and to make sure you're good. See, it goes hand in hand. You taking care of each other. So when these things that attract you on this earth, know that it's not you, it's your eyes, and you can't trust your eyes. Sometimes your eyes will mislead you. That is a self-willed thought. And y'all, I got that today. I finally got that lesson today. And I'm going to give you an example of what I mean by a self-willed thought. thinking deeper into this, keep listening to this day after day after day after day, I can actually see the energies and what they're doing and how they lure us and how we go, just go because it sound good and it look good. There is a building up the street from my house that I am attracted to. I say that I am attracted to because I got it twisted. I think I attracted that building. Like I looked at that building and said, "Ooh, yeah, I want to go there." At first, I thought I did that, but y'all, it's gotten deeper than that. When it comes to when I go to sleep, I'm thinking about that building. When I ride up and down the street, I can't wait to ride in front of the building so I can look at it because they're working on it, they're fixing it. And I have all these thoughts and ideas. Y'all, I can't even decide what type of business I want to put in the building because I have a couple business ideas inside of me. But that freaking building keep getting my attention. And y'all, I swear I could see myself owning that whole building with all the ideas that I got in my mind. And it's become a frustration. It's become an irritation. I want to be able to ride up that street and not pay that building no attention. The same with a house. I'm trying to manifest a house. I want to wake up every day and don't think about that house because it hasn't come. The wait is hard and the waiting is irritating. The waiting is agitating. You know why? Because that thing is attracted to you, but you think you are attracted to it. First, you have to think, where did the thought for that come from? Where did the idea come from? It's plenty of buildings on the street. It's plenty of empty buildings. But why that building? So your job is to resist the earth. I didn't understand the rules to law of attraction. That thing that attracts you is what you're supposed to resist. And when it's your time, it's going to come to you because I could keep thinking that I'm attracted to that business and I pour all my money into that business and nothing happens. I lose my money. Nobody comes to the business. It didn't work out like I wanted to. So you have to be careful about the things that are pulling you, the things that are drawing you near to thee, near to thee. No, don't draw me near to you. You draw near to me. I am the God. I am the master. If I'm drawing near to it, means I need you. I can't make it without you. I need you for survival. And that's not true because that building needs me for survival. If nobody rents that building, it'll just be a building. Nothing will happen to the building. So now I'm getting why my pull is so hard, why my pull is so strong. Because every day I'm learning, y'all. Every day I'm trying to figure out how to be better. Like my main thing is trying to pull things out of the ether because I have pulled some things out of the ether, but it seems like the things that you really, really, really want, it seems like you can't pull it from the ether, like it's some type of rule to the big stuff. So I want my stuff right. I can easily go out and get it, but I want it right. Anybody can do anything they want to do, but can you do anything that is blessed by God, that is deemed by God, that has been researched by God, that has been supplied by God, that has been led by God? That is what I want. I don't want something that I can do on my own because I want to know my power. I want to know what I'm giving my soul to. I want to know where is my salvation going. You know how you give your tithes to the church? You don't got no idea where your money going, what your investment being spent on. You told to just accept the fact that you helped out. But helped out with what? You could have helped the pastor cheat and buy his girl a dinner. You could have helped the pastor do some crazy stuff. You don't know where your money's going, and you're supposed to give your money an assignment, not just pass your money out. Meaning you're supposed to talk to your money and tell your money exactly what you want your money to do, and make sure you tell your money to return with many others just like you. with even greater power and greater evil force, with greater even goodwill in mind. So you're not supposed to just hand your money over to people, because some of you are blessed, and when things leave your hands, it's blessed, and you give your blessed item to a cursed person, you cause confusion. Some people like being cursed. Some people like being in a mess. Some people not ready to get out of their mess, and you go throw your little item over there, and you throwing people off, you shaking things up, and these people ain't ready to be shook up, and then you become an enemy when all you was doing was offering your help. So sometimes just listen. Just listen. But y'all, we're rescuing wisdom today, because wisdom is going to help us get out. Wisdom is the one that we are lifting in our hands. It says they will mount on the wings of an eagle. And we're lifting wisdom up. We're lifting wisdom up. But to wisdom, it feels like she's picking up stones and building stones, because she's in repentance. She's trying to be redeemed. And we are the Redeemer. So we take wisdom in our hand, and we're lifting her up to the heights, and we're lifting her up to God, and we're putting her back in her true position, giving her back her full powers. We're reinstating wisdom. Now wisdom can handle her business and handle this stuff in the lower parts of the earth that we need help with. Everything works one in one. So this was your key to get out of hell. Use your wisdom. If something is uncomfortable, pay attention to it. If it's something telling you not to do something, don't. If you're doing something that's making you so miserable, stop. If it's some people around you that you just can't stand to be around, it just do something to your spirit. It do something to your spirit because it is doing something to your spirit. Don't go around. Enjoy being by yourself. That's the best time, because you get so much time to be with spirit when you're by yourself. When you surrounded by people, you're not. You are over the place. Sometimes you need to center yourself and just be quiet and practice holding the emotions in and not letting them out. If you're mad and you upset, try arguing with your mouth closed. I swear to God, God will come down here and see about you in a heartbeat. Because you become like a big nuclear bomb. And he don't want no planets going off. And you are a planet. And he loves you. And he wants to save you. So that's why silence is the best key. So this building, they keep on making me think about it every day. Y'all, I'm denying it starting today. I don't need you building. I am a building. I don't need you building. I can still do what I do without you. I don't need you building. I can still reach people. I don't need you building, because you really are overhead. Like you really will become a responsibility. So you don't have me by how you look and where you located and what you can do, because your environment can trick you. Your environment is used by the lower beings. Remember, it uses your environment. Hell, that place could be calling me there, because that might be a death spot. Hell, that spot might get shot up and it's calling me over there, and my butt can't wait on God. So because I'm attracted to this building, I just can't get this building out of my mind. I'm just going to go get this building. And then this building end up being my demise. So I'm learning the difference. I'm learning the difference. When God is giving it to you, it's really no stressing. It's just the waiting. But while you're waiting, you're supposed to still be spirit. You're supposed to still be going on. You're supposed to still be seeking, asking, knocking, helping, talking, wherever you can. And you're supposed to do it without a shadow of a doubt in your mind. You got to calm Thomas down. Thomas is the doubting spirit. Thomas want to put his holes in the hand to believe it. Sometimes you can't put the hole in the hand and believe it. You just gotta believe it, okay? Some people don't have that luxury of being able to put their finger in the hole. But belief is exactly what it is. It has to come to pass. Whether you could put your finger in the hole or not. So you talk to your wisdom and you train your wisdom and you teach your wisdom how to wait. Because man, when I tell you this environment gonna come after you and tell you you should be doing something, you're being lazy, you should be moving, you're not doing nothing with your time, you need to be more active. You need to be this. You don't need to be doing nothing but doing what you're doing. Keep following God. Keep seeking God and waiting. If you truly believe God can do it, then let Him. That's the easy part. Let Him. The hard part is just the waiting, the waiting. But God likes to make sure that every T is crossed and every I is dotted. Then He throw His little bonuses in there with you. So I don't want a right now blessing. I don't want a quick blessing. I want an everlasting blessing. Like I want an everlasting healing inside my body. So as long as I can wake up every day, I got just as much time as God allowed me. So within the time that God allowed me, I'm pretty sure He's gonna let His promises come to pass within that time, because everything is on Him, right? Nothing is on me. So that's just an easy life to me. So I do what I do and He do what He do. And all I got is time, and I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. And I'm glad I got that revelation today. So no longer will I ride up this street and be attracted by this building. No longer will I keep saying, oh my God, I want to be over there. I want my business to be right there. Oh, I'm not bringing it home with me. I'm not eating dinner with the thought. I'm not sleeping with the thought. That thing done became a a freeloader or a torturer or something. It sure ain't no mentor. It's sure not an encourager. It's becoming irritant, a tyrant. So I'm going to use my wisdom and deny that and walk off and say, if you want me, you know where I'm at. If you want me, you know how to get me in there. I'm not doing it. I'm not going. I'm not trying to figure out how to do nothing. So yes, I'm waiting on the invisible man in the sky. You know why? Because I have seen him. And you have too. You just don't realize. Y'all, this was my message for today. Lock these bondage words up and save wisdom. Save wisdom. Redeem wisdom, so she can fight your battles. I love you guys. Be blessed.